Hello guys, welcome to lesson 7 on module 4. Now this is the video lesson you have probably all been waiting for, which is actually finally creating your campaigns, creating your ads, and actually having the potential to bring in money now. This video, it might get confusing at some point, and that's why we have the group, that's why we have this mastermind, just so if you do have any problems, any confusions, you can drop a question in the group and we'll get them answered. Okay. But really, honestly, don't overthink it. I just made it sound much more scary than it really is. I would on occasion just do 5 to 10 campaigns daily, in, out, and it really is simple to do. 5 campaigns, you can get them all up and running within 30 minutes. It's a very, very simple process. There's so much you must have heard about ads in the past, but whatever you know about it already, whatever you've heard in the past, just let that all go. Don't worry about anything, just do as I say, follow what I do, and everything will be okay. So let's get started. Let's not waste any time. Let's go into Power Editor as I showed in the last video, and let that just load up. So by now I'm hoping that in your advert accounts you have place payment methods, because obviously otherwise you can't actually run your campaigns. Now let's start from scratch. This is what your Power Editor will probably look like if you haven't run any ads in the past, and this is what mine is looking like right now, fresh. Okay, first thing we want to do is create a new campaign. Now, okay, when you go and create new, leave buying type as auction. Okay, leave it as it is, but objective, change clicks to website to page post engagement. Now enter a campaign name. I'm doing mine on ovarian cancer. That's an article I found on my site, so I thought I'd run with it. PPE, I'm doing it for page post engagement, and that's it. Now advert set, this, as if you remember, advert set is where we create our targeting. We actually select our audience. So I'm gonna do ovarian cancer, and I will do first ad set will be US. Now this is a golden tip, please note it down or really pay close attention. Whenever you run your campaigns, always make sure that United States is an ad set alone. Never run United States with UK or with Canada or with any country, because Facebook will, for some odd reason, send much more traffic to all the other countries and not any to United States. And my conclusion to why that is because United States tends to be the most expensive, so they tend to send least traffic to it, because in their eyes it's costing you the most, and they don't really know your outcome and what money is actually coming out. So create new, I'm going to select this ad set as ovarian cancer US. Now if you remember, I did say we can actually duplicate our ad sets, and that's what we're going to do to create our other ad sets for United Kingdom and Canada, because those are the 3 main countries I run with. But then again, you can also test other countries such as Australia and New Zealand. Don't mess with any third world countries, stick to first world. Now at the same time, create your new advert. If you remember, the advert is where the image will go, and this is what your audience will actually see. So ovarian cancer var1. I do this because I'm going to have a couple variants, so this is just variant 1. Now create, and let's run through the setting. Now please pay close attention, or even watch this video twice, just so you make no mistakes. We come in here. First thing is, set your daily budget to $5. Only $5. Even if your budget, you have 100 grand in your bank and you can test with, only do $5 tests. Do not risk your funds. And also $5 is a must, just because Facebook will optimize towards that smaller budget, and we can get, we can do a very fair test and get the best results we can out of such little money. Okie dokie, so we start with our targeting. Alright, now this is a United States ad set, as I listed there, well, I wrote there. So I'm going to cross off United Kingdom, and I'm going to add my first location, which is obviously United States. Now after doing a bit of research on my article, my targeting ovarian cancer, I come to find that it's a cancer, of course, and cancers, it's only going to concern people mainly 35 and above. So I'm just gonna do 35 to 65 plus, but for your campaigns, you know, whatever it is you may be doing, you can choose any age, whatever you think is sensible. Just do a bit of research on your you know, your article. Just type in the key word, and then, you know, I don't know, gain some information on it. Very simple work. You know, like for me, if it's cancer, I just write, you know, who did this cancer affect, and I'll come to find that it's, you know, such ages 35 to 65 plus. Now, ovarian cancer, men do not get it, only women get it, so I'm only going to target women. Obviously, if you're doing something in cars that can appeal to everyone, you just need to know who your audience actually is beforehand, and that's why I did create a separate lesson before this, which said get your targeting ready beforehand. Now, enter language, this does not matter. You know, we're targeting United States anyways, so it will reach our English talking people. But then again, if you really want to be, you know, very precise with your targeting, just select English. Or now from here, we want to actually enter in an interest in the detailed targeting. Now this is where your targeting goes. This is, you know, this is the main part of your campaign. You know, your targeting, your target audience, who's actually going to see this campaign. You know, for ovarian cancer, I'm not going to target fans of Napoleon Hill, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Zig Ziglar. You know, these people are not going to give a crap about this article. I mean, it might concern them, but that's, you know, it's going to be very little. We want to be very targeted so we can get higher click-through rates, which ultimately means cheaper cost per engagement, a cheaper campaign, which then ultimately means you know, we could actually profit from the campaign. Now, ovarian cancer, you know, the keyword, the interest is in the article's name, so that's ovarian cancer. Now let's see how many people got hit for 1 million. Okay. And now if you remember, I did say we're looking for an audience of 100,000 plus, you know, all the way up to like 20 million. I've already got 560,000 people here, so it's looking quite good. Let's see what else we got here. Ovarian Cancer National Alliance looks good. Ovarian Cancer Research Fund looks good. See, now normally what happens is it actually gives you, see over here, it gives you suggestions, so you can actually select from here certain interests of whatever this is, but it, you know, it mentions ovarian. I'll take it. You know, cancer awareness. Now you see this one, this is an interest I never normally deal with because it has 117 million. So look, if I was to click this, it takes up majority of my audience. This adds on another 6-7 million people. Now this interest would probably work, but without confusing you, I'm just going to say that an interest like this I would test in a separate ad set alone. We don't want to get into that yet. We're not going to do detailed ad sets just yet. We want to do, when you're testing, you just do a broad audience. You just want to see the reaction to this article, whether it can be profitable. And then after you test, then you can start narrowing down and, you know, really optimizing it to get the best results out of it. So I'm going to remove cancer awareness for now. I'm going to go for some breast cancer ones. Ooh, that one, 6 million cancer research. Now I have a nice audience size here, 1.7 million people, and I'm very, very happy with this. Okay, second golden tip. When running your campaigns, this is from experience after testing a bunch. I only run desktop newsfeed, okay? Only desktop newsfeed. Mobile newsfeed gets you no clicks on AdSense, well, very little. You won't make money using mobile. Right column, you know, but it doesn't really reach anyone. Not many people even click it. And then Instagram, no one runs with Instagram. Now you can see after actually removing those, look, I removed mobile and it cut off 1 million people from my audience, just under 1 million people. So I might just add a bit more interest in here. Let's go for some breast cancer ones. Let's go for breast cancer campaign. 920,000 people. Let's get one more breast cancer one. Breast cancer now. Okay, we got, let's get a bit more. Let's just get that over 1 million. Okay, now this is 35 million people, so if I was to add this, it would take up a lot of my audience, as you can see. So I'm actually going to take that one out. You might have been wondering why didn't I select that one, and that's why, because I don't like you know, I don't want one interest to take up all of my audience, and then Facebook will only run to that audience. You know, that will cause problems, because then if it was running to just one interest, then I wouldn't know how the others would react, and that's what Facebook would do. If the majority, if 7 million people were on one interest and then only 1 million people were spread out on like 5, 6, then it just, you know, not a great test. Okay, 1.1 million people, perfect. Make sure you're only selecting desktop newsfeed. All of this, you know, before you even ask me, just leave this as it is. Now, if for some very, very odd reason yours is different, you can make sure it looks exactly like this. Just pause the screen and, you know, you can give this a look. Apart from that, you know, that's it. That's your ad set done. That's your targeting ready. Now let's actually move on to the advert, where we will create the image and the copy which people will see. Okay, so first you choose your Facebook page. I'm going to choose my Facebook page. Where's it gone? Over here. And pay close attention to what I do here, okay? So I click create new page post plus. And the first thing you want to do when creating your ad, you know, what I do is called a link ad. So the first thing you do when creating an ad is you get your link, your article link, and you paste it. Boom. And then once pasted, remove. Okay, that's it. Now this has become a clickable link. First thing I do, I'm going to remove this image over here. I click off it and added my image that I created myself on Photoshop. So we come, where is it? Ads examples, and I will take my first ad, one ovarian. And now also pay attention to my copy. So what I always do, I keep things simple. The article is called 10 early warning signs for ovarian cancer you shouldn't ignore. So that's what I'm going to leave here. I'm going to take out all this rubbish here and leave the title as it is. Now I want an introduction for my article over here. So I'm just going to go to the top of my article and take the first 2 lines. Okay, boom. Over here, there's a lot you can write for your copy. You can test a lot, but keep it short and simple. Some people, if it's 10 pages, some people will like to say, oh my god, I can't believe number 3, something like that. Or number 3 must be checked out, something along those lines. You know, that's what a lot of people do. I have seen. You know, I have tested it in the past before. But one I always like to do is, normally what I would do is I actually take this title from here, I paste it in here, and then I would just go share now, and then I will change this to learn them immediately. Simples. Okay, nice little call to action. You know, learn them immediately. 10 early warning signs for ovarian cancer you shouldn't ignore. You know, it's perfect. That's it. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Boom, boom, pow. Now save unpublished post. Now, when you save it as an unpublished post, what that means is it will not be seen on your page. If someone was to click on Mind Package and they came on my page, they would not see this there. I don't know of any known benefits about this, but personally, I just do it because of competitors. So, I mean, many people know me in this industry. A lot know my pages. So if they were to come on them, you know, they can't steal my ads. Not that it matters too much, because it's very, very hard to create competition in the content industry. Now what I'm going to do is, because I have a few more variations, I'm going to duplicate this advert. Okay, so duplicate, keep same campaign, and boom. I'm going to call this var2, and I will just create a new page post, and 1 second, get this link from here and do the same process all over again with a different image. Now new to ovarian, this is my second one. And over here, you know, you can play about with the ad copy as well if you want to try something different. Let's put this here. Let's write learn them immediately at the top. And I won't write the share now. And from here, I'll just get a nice little introduction. Boom. And I will paste. If at any point anything confuses you, do remember you can pause this video, replay it, or you can just come inside the group and ask a question, and we will get your problem solved. Once again, I'm going to duplicate it because I actually have 4 variants for this campaign. So I'm going to name this var3. And let's do the same process all over again. Link in first, remove, new image, variant 3. Leave the title there. Actually, no, let's get this. Remove this. Get the title, copy it, and then write check them out right away. You know, sometimes the copy can sound so stupid, but people read it because it's just about the topic. You know, whether it actually concerns people, whether it's an interesting topic. It doesn't really matter too much about your copy. Okay, do not worry about it. Plus, as we're not selling anything, it really isn't as hard as you've heard it is. You know, when people go on about selling t-shirts and physical products, is much harder. You really need precise targeting. But let's say I'm doing a cancer article, whether or not it's ovarian cancer, I can simply target cancer awareness, and it would concern everyone there because it's related to cancer. Post the title at the top, share immediately, and over here I will get that intro and paste. Boom. Save and publish post, and I will just do one more because I have another variant. And you know what, you might have one variant, you might have 4, you might have 5. Okay, but do not waste your time creating so many variations. The only reason I done so many is because I have ran this campaign in the past and it done well for me. So I'm actually testing different images to see how I can make this a better campaign. Now finally, let's just do this one more time. Create new page post, get the link. Now, you know, it's very simple. You probably are saying it as I do it. I got a bad cough. Variant 4. I'm just gonna remove that. Check them out right away. Okay, share with friends and family, and get that intro once again, and paste. Save and publish post. Boom. Now, if you remember, I created the adverts first, and I mentioned this before in the last video, that I create the adverts first and then I go back, and now all I need to do is duplicate this ad set, and it will also duplicate the adverts. Watch, from 4 this will go to 8. See, that's gone to 8 now because it duplicated the adverts as I duplicate the ad set. Now I'm going to name this UK and Canada, and I will target, I'll remove United States, just target United Kingdom and Canada. Boom. Canada. That's it. Review changes. So, you know, that's it. We've gone through the ad set, the targeting, actually inserting our adverts, and then actually duplicating the ad set, which almost has sounded quite confusing when I first mentioned it. But now that you see, it's very simple process, and the Power Editor makes it much more easier to do it than if you was to actually do it through the normal ads manager. You know, it gets a whole lot, it gets very complicated there. Over here, very simple, just a few clicks, and you know, I turned 4 adverts into 8. And all it took was, you know, like 2 clicks. So that's it. Review changes. Click continue. And you know, that's it. The campaign is done. That's complete. If you have any questions, drop them in the Facebook group. I'll get them answered, or someone in the group will get them answered. I'm quite sure many of you might be confused. But if you are, you know, no worries. Do not stress about it. It's actually a very easy process. Just drop it in the group. Someone will help you out. I'll help you out. And it's, you know, once you do 2-3 campaigns, it's just going to be so easy. Every day you'll be able to wake up, do 3 campaigns in 30 minutes, 5 campaigns in 30 minutes, and you know, you'll be rolling, testing all day, every day. Alright, apart from that, I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care.